This is the second week of the second term, and we are facing challenges of science teachers not reporting to teach the students. And we thought by now the strike would have been resolved, but then what we are getting from them is that government has not committed herself on when they will be implementing the presidential promise of 4 million for every graduate teacher, science teacher, and 3 million for every diploma holder teacher. And I saw a few of them that have come around have been assuring me that they will come back and work only if government puts it in writing, the commitment that they will pay them the money come July next financial year. And I saw the status now as we talk, they are not in class. And that means is that the school is now incurring the cost of hiring the private teachers to teach the students, because we cannot afford to have the students come to school and go back without learning. So we are using teachers who are not on payroll, but of course they are not reliable, and secondly, we don't have income to sustain them. So my prayer is that government should expedite a resolution on this matter, whether they are agreeing to pay the science teachers or they persuade them to come back to school. Otherwise the situation is really alarming. Because the science teachers are across the country, and this is just Mbale High School. If it was only Mbale High School, I would have talked to them. Talked to them, but now they are under an umbrella called the Gov't. So that umbrella union, really, if you want anything, because they are also monitoring. I'm told some teachers have been smoked out of classroom. When they find you teaching, they smoke you out. So it is really difficult to convince them to come back to class. So the only person who can convince them is now the president. Yeah.
Industrial strike of science teachers that nationally they were asking for the raise in their salary simulations, and somehow it has affected the schools. The specific schools, some are affected, they are not teaching, and we have to devise means of probably bring those ones who are not on payroll to support, but still it is sufficient because we are supposed to have teachers, science teachers, to teach students, but the industrial action is on. And majorly the children affected, you see them reporting, the teachers has not taught, you ask what is it, to tell you industrial action. And even if they go to class, their morale is down. That we need to work at their mindset. So that even if they go to class, they can teach wholesomely. Some pretend to go to class, and they say they spend the whole period in class, but what's the outcome? And that is it. Equally, the challenge which again has hit the school is the prices are very high. Posho, flour has increased now. I think it is 2,500. Beans prices also increased. The sugar, and provide porridge at lunchtime at school for the profession. However, we appeal to our colleagues that the industrial action is there, but let us put humanity in the population. And we also request the government that try as also a planner to ensure that the welfare of the science teachers, equally all teachers, actually for me I will advocate all teachers, so that they can cut across in the increment and they come back and work. I know with our profession, they say you teach without tears as a profession. Though the work we do compared to other areas where as a school we appeal to teachers to teach, to support, as the government also try to do its part to increase on the pay of our teachers. That's what I could say about it.
Yeah, what we are saying, much as we are talking about strikes, what's the definition of a strike? The government is in agreement of increasing the teachers' pay. But as a patriotic citizen, whom are you punishing? Are you punishing government? Are you punishing the citizens? So we are saying that as we pursue for us to get our benefits as leaders, as teachers, it's important to also be mindful of teaching the younger people. Because I am 100% sure that our teachers need an extra pay. But you cannot touch that for not teaching. We would explore other methods of negotiation using our leaders at all levels to ensure that we see this, because it is common knowledge that once we improve on the welfare of any worker, you will get better results, a better output. So I want to encourage teachers that as we pursue this, let us not forget about fighting the generation. Because the people we are trying to get knowledge today, they will be creating a gap tomorrow. Supposing the government gave you the money next month or the other month, I'm just assuming, okay, according to negotiations, and you have left children all the time not being taught, how are you going to fill that gap? Okay. Because I'm sure the government will do it. Once says it's going to increase, and you have also caused damage here, who is to lose? So I want to say, as patriotic people, we think positively and engage ourselves in this matter. As we pursue our increment, then we see that we do not affect the learners. These ones are going to be the next leaders, the next teachers, the next doctors, engineers. Now once that gap is created, your children, my children, people of that age who will be waiting for the service of these children may be having issues. Thank you.
The reasons we are saying we pay the science teachers a bit ahead of the others. We are not against paying the arts, no problem. We shall pay them. But if we don't have enough money now, should we say we pay nobody so that we have got equal suffering? Or do we, if we have some money, whom do we start with? And we said we should start with the scientists of the government, including the science teachers. Why? First of all, the young people who are walking the streets, who have no jobs, are children who trained in social sciences.